You know, the tax-free savings account, or TFSA, is an absolutely fantastic tool for growing your money completely tax-free. But there's a surprisingly common trap lurking in the shadows that can turn this amazing account into a really costly mistake. So let's break down exactly what that trap is, and more importantly, how you can sidestep it completely. Okay, let's just jump right in. Picture this. You need to pull some money out of your TFSA for a short-term expense. You take it out, you deal with your expense, and then a few weeks later, you put that exact same amount of money back in. Seems totally logical, right? But that one simple move could accidentally trigger a penalty tax of 1%, not just once, but every single month until you fix it. The stakes are definitely high, but the good news is the solution is super simple once you know the rule. Now, before we get to the trap itself, we all need to be on the same page about a key concept: contribution room. The easiest way to think about it is like a bucket. Every year, the government adds a bit more space to your bucket, and any space you didn't use in previous years just stays in there, waiting for you. It's the total amount you're allowed to put in. And this, right here, is the single most important rule of the whole game. This is the one that trips so many people up. When you take money out of your TFSA, the space you just created doesn't free up immediately. The amount you withdrew only gets added back to your total contribution room on January 1st of the next calendar year. That word next is literally the key to everything. You know, I think the best way to really wrap your head around this is to see how it plays out in the real world. So let's walk through a little cautionary tale. We'll follow someone we'll call Twyla, and we'll see exactly how ignoring this one simple rule can lead to a massive financial headache. So Twyla's situation starts out really simple. At the beginning of 2024, she had exactly $7,000 of new contribution room available. And being a savvy investor, she put the full $7,000 in right away to get it working for her. So far, so good. This brought her remaining room for the rest of the year down to a big fat zero. She's all maxed out. Okay, so a few months go by and Twyla needs $3,000 for a trip. She pulls it from her TFSA. No problem at all. That's what it's for. But then her plans fall through and she suddenly has that $3,000 back in her hands. Thinking she's just replacing what she took out, she puts it right back into her TFSA. And this is where the trouble starts. And here it is, the trap in action. Because Twyla had zero contribution room left for 2024, that $3,000 she put back in was seen by the system as a brand new contribution. It has no idea it's the same money, it just sees a new deposit going into an account with no available space. And the result? Boom, a $3,000 over contribution. Now that over-contribution comes with a nasty penalty. It's 1%, but believe me, it's not a simple one-time fee. Yeah, that 1% isn't a one-and-done thing. It's a tax that gets charged every single month on that $3,000 overage. That works out to $30 a month, every month, until she takes that excess money out. It adds up incredibly fast, all from one little timing mistake. Okay, so that's how it all goes wrong. Now let's flip the script and look at how to do it right. We're going to follow another example, Cedric. He gets the January 1st rule, and he actually uses it to his advantage. Cedric's story plays out over a couple of years. Back in 2022, he leaves a bit of room unused. Then in 2023, he takes out $500. He knows this doesn't change his contribution room for that year, but just watch what happens when the calendar flips to 2024. That's when the magic of this rule really works for him, boosting his available space in a big way. Let's just break down the math for Cedric here. When January 1st, 2024 finally rolled around, three things happened all at once. First, he carried over all his unused room from 2023. Second, he got the brand new $7,000 limit for 2024. And third, this is the crucial part, that $500 he withdrew last year was added back to his bucket. All of that combined to give him a massive $18,000 of available contribution room. So when you put them side by side, the difference is just night and day, isn't it? Twyla reacted quickly and recontributed in the same year, and that triggered a penalty. Cedric was patient. He understood that any money taken out in one year just creates more room in the next year, and he acted accordingly. Simple as that. So the big question is, how do you make sure you're a Cedric and not a Twyla? Well, it all comes down to a really simple action plan for managing your TFSA withdrawals the right way every time. Here are 3 simple steps. First, and I cannot stress this enough, keep your own records. Be your own scorekeeper. Don't just rely on what the CRA website says. And why is that? Well, that's step 2. Your bank or brokerage doesn't even report your numbers to the government until February of the following year, so the official numbers can be way out of date. And finally, the golden rule we've been hammering home. Unless you are 100% certain you have leftover room, just wait for January 1st to put any money back in. All right, let's just boil this all down. Number 1, do track your own activity. Number 2, don't fall into that trap of recontributing in the same year if you're already maxed out. And number 3, always remember the January 1st of the next year rule. Oh, and a quick but super important note for any non-residents out there. For you, any recontribution is immediately considered a taxable event, so you have to be extra careful. And look, don't just take my word for it. This is the official guidance, straight from the source. The Canada Revenue Agency themselves explicitly tell you to check your own records from your financial institution. They know their online numbers can lag behind, and they know that at the end of the day, the responsibility to avoid an overcontribution falls on you, the account holder. So I'm going to leave you with one final question to think about. Do you know your exact to-the-dollar TFSA contribution room right now? If there's even a little bit of hesitation in your answer, your first step after this should be to figure that number out. It's the absolute key to using this powerful account wisely and making sure you never, ever fall into that costly 1% trap.